What's up, everyone? It's gonna be kind of different. It's one of those special thank you episodes. Obviously, we had 300 videos last week, and we hit 20,000 views today. So on this station, obviously, the old station, I think combined would be like 27,000, but that's irrelevant. It's the here and now, and I'm gonna take as long as I can to say thank you because I really do appreciate the support from everyone. Um, from my buddies right up to guys in the NHL to watch it. You know, uh, College teams, the AHL. We got Wasey Rabbit, former Bruins prospect, getting the San Antonio Rampage on the bandwagon this weekend. That was pretty sweet. Um, I think I get so many guys that Jack, my number one go to kind of review it for me. If I ever do a good episode, he's the one I always turn to kind of make sure it's as good as I think it is, and usually gets his seal of approval, and we agree on something. But both Mikes coming through in the clutch, always giving me the critiques on what needs to be done. Like I said, I appreciate that too. But I'm really just humbled by the attention it's garnered. You know what I mean? Like I said, I remember doing these videos. The first episode I ever did was last February, and I kind of had this thing going on in my head. I read an article from Sports Illustrated from 1993 about Al Frady, and when he played for the Capitals, he hosted a heavy metal rock on a heavy metal rock station in Baltimore, which is obviously right near Washington for you non-geography fiends. Hosted a show Wednesday afternoons, the afternoon power play with Al Frady. And I was kind of wondering, if I was a hockey player, I'd want to play in Nashville and host the power play with CJ, country music hour, and that'd be pretty sweet. And have a hot country music playing wife, which some things never change, right? But I kind of just had this thing going where, like, maybe if I talk about hockey, people might like it. And I just stuck with the title, Power Play with CJ, and that first episode, I still watch that every now and then, and it's like, wow, that I remember talking about like Mike Fisher and shit on it, and having my friends support me and making new friends through it. I get the hookup for tickets at BU now because of the Power Play. What's up, boys? Comav, Garrett, getting the whole team over there on the bandwagon, and it's pretty cool to have those guys hopping on, and Wasey Rabbit, former Bruins prospect, getting the San Antonio Rampage on it. Both are Wasey Rabbit, best name in hockey on the Hockey News website, so thn.com. Get Wasey the votes. He's a fan of the show. What more needs to be said? But hey, I appreciate everyone's support. I can't, my biggest role model, inspiration, so to speak, is John Mayer and all this. You might say, CJ's a guitar god. What's he got to do with hockey? The song "Why Georgia." We wrote that when he was 20 years old, living in Atlanta, Georgia, on his own. Wondering, am I doing the right thing? Am I living it right? And questioning that for a couple of years, and then making it big. And who would have thought when he was starting out after dropping out of Berkeley in Boston, obviously, and taking his talents to Atlanta, that a decade later, it has some high-profile romances with some pretty attractive women, and it's always cool to see. And I really, you listen to that song, and it's like, I can do this. Who's to tell me I can't do it? Who's to say that kid from Connecticut living in that apartment in Atlanta was going to be one of the best musicians of the past decade? And I think that's kind of like, that's what this is. Just talking to a computer about hockey and getting feedback and getting a network with fans all over the country and all over the world. And it's helped expand my knowledge of not only not necessarily hockey, but local traditions, and opened it up to a whole new audience. And I really appreciate it. I got the written blog going on Predlines. Check that out. I do it as much as I can. And this is my baby. And right now I got the NHL on NBC on. I'm looking at Jeremy Roenick and Mike Keenan going, I deserve to be sitting next to those guys talking hockey. I mean, I can sit there and talk hockey for the next till I'm blue in the face. That's what this is. When you think about it. So, thank you again. 20,000 hits, in under 6 months. That may not sound like much when you think about, Justin Bieber's and the Rihanna's of the world posting their music videos and getting billions of hits, but literally billions. Eminem, Rihanna, I think Bieber have all had over a billion hits on their official stations. But I know it's not necessarily the quantity, but it's the quality of the people that watch him, and I know the quantity's getting up, and well, we're gonna keep riding this bandwagon all the way. I didn't have the talent to make the NHL as a player, but if I can make it as a journalist, TV personality, whatever this is, I don't know what you'd call my title, vlogger. I think I prefer something slightly more formal than vlogger. It just sounds like a ice road trucker. I'm a vlogger. Oh, vlogger. Yeah, what was it? This thing of Anchorman quote. By the way, I can't wait for Anchorman 2. But that's all I got, guys. About to hit the hay. So thank you very much for 20,000 hits. And we're only scratching the surface. There's so much more to come. And I hope you guys will stay with me. And let's do this. Later, guys.